Alright guys, let's take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum in this video today. Now I'm not going to look at an altcoin in this video, but if I do tonight guys, I will make shorter videos probably. So keep that in mind. But right now we are not seeing anything of interest pump. And yeah, we are getting a couple of big red daily candles. Now yesterday the red candle was due to basically the deal and what was said about the China deal with the USA. So the market actually reacted pretty negative to that, and we did come down quite a bit. Now we do have support here at 106.241. However, I do need to remind you guys that we do have this gap down here, and this gap extends all the way down to looks like, let's see, let me put my, let's just say 104.700. So if we do go back to 104.700, which is about another $3,000 below us, 3,100, then we will close this gap. Now, let's see if it comes to that. I do think we probably will close that gap, honestly. And so we're going to see a little bit of a pullback when it comes to all altcoins. And yeah, unfortunately, that's the, the nature of this right now, guys. That's what it appears it's going to do. So I do want to start looking at some things. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands on Bitcoin for the first time. Now, I haven't really looked at that as to Bitcoin, but yeah, it's pretty wide, really. It's not really pinching together. So there's nothing really as to, some pop that I expect, at least on a daily time frame. Weekly time frame, it's very wide. It's actually widening, so that actually is not very good. Now, I want to look at the monthly time frame. And yeah, it's actually, again, very wide, guys. It's nothing like down here where it was very narrow. So Bollinger Bands, wise, I would say it's not going to pump, at least not like a lot. Now, when they do tend to pinch together, that's when we see pumps. So let's get rid of this. Now, I do want to look at the RSI for Bitcoin here and the stochastic. So on the weekly time frame, looks like it's a little bit overbought here. It's starting to come down. RSI, it's kind of flirting with being overbought, but still not there. It still has room to grow. Now, let me go back to the monthly time frame here just real quick. The monthly time frame, it's trying to avoid being overbought on the RSI. The Stoch actually looks pretty good, though. It is turned to the upside, so that's good. Now, on the daily time frame, I know I'm kind of jumping around here. It's trying to get out of the overbought territory on the Stoch, but it is pointed down here, and the RSI is pointed down too. So kind of mixed signals on longer term time frames. Now, if we look at the lower term time frames, the 4-hour is actually looking okay. As to the Stoch, it's going sideways and it's oversold. Now the RSI is kind of, just barely gliding down here. It could turn up at any moment. It's below basically the midpoint of this, neutral zone. But yeah, it could turn to the upside. Now the 1-hour time frame, it is actually oversold as well. So that's actually not bad. It is slightly pointed down though. And the RSI is also oversold here. So I do think we're going to see in the short term some, some upside here. Now let's look at the 15-minute for fun. Again, it's getting into that oversold territory, and the RSI is almost there as well. So these lower term time frames look a lot better than the higher term time frames for Bitcoin. So I do think we're at a point where we're probably going to see a little bit of a turnaround for Bitcoin. And a lot of this kind of depends, guys, on PPI today. So let me jump to that. And you can see that we do have jobless claims and PPI today. This is very, very important. Yesterday, guys, we had CPI, and it was much better than expected. So, yeah. Now, today, we have had a little bit of a negative day as well. If we go through the headlines here, there's a lot about Iran and Israel. And it's not that great, but here we have, Trump to set tariffs in 2 weeks, with EU and Asia, that's negative. There hasn't been too much positive today, unfortunately, though. So anyways, guys, that is why we're seeing this pullback with Bitcoin. But, with PPI, let's see what happens. If we do have good PPI, I do anticipate this moving back up, guys. probably at least to this range where we were yesterday. I don't think we will exceed that. That just seems like it's kind of a lot for PPI to push it. But yeah, I do think we could get up to at least maybe like 109 or so, and you know, try to break through this kind of local resistance. We have this local resistance here basically at 110, 270. And yeah, we hit that mark for, you know, a few days in a row, and we just couldn't punch through it. So anyways, let's see what happens. PPI comes out in about a little bit more than 2 hours, guys. Now, looking at Ethereum, guys, you can see it's kind of breaking back into this Fibonacci here. Not really a good sign. But again, this is the daily time frame, guys. We have still about half a day left on this candle. If we do have good, you know, PPI numbers, like I said, I do anticipate this, you know, pulling itself back up into this Fibonacci level and basically having another attempt here basically at 28.25. But let's see, guys. Now, the target of this flag is up here at the top of this Fibonacci, which is, you know, where it is trying to stay, and that's about $3,200. Now, there is a lot of resistances before that. So let's see, it may peter out, we can say, before that. It may peter out, for example, 31.38, you know, 30.71, and yeah, but the target technically is up here almost at $3,200. And let's see, guys. I mean, I do think Ethereum is holding up a little bit better than Bitcoin, honestly. This is the leader of the altcoins, and you know, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Ethereum, but it does actually look pretty good. Now, if we look quickly at the Bollinger Bands for Ethereum, guys, it's still pretty wide, especially on the monthly time frame. Weekly time frame does look like it's trying to come down and pinch together, but it's still very wide at the moment. And the daily time frame, it is pretty like narrow, I can say, but it kind of just had a little bit of a pop. But it looks like these, you know, are starting to widen, so that's actually not that good. Because yeah, we do need it to kind of pinch together to get that little bit of a pop. So if you do see, like down here, you have this very narrow channel, we can call it, or whatever, tube or pipe maybe. But yeah, it's starting to widen here, so that's actually not that good. We need it to kind of pinch together so we can get a pop. Now, I want to run through the Stochh and the RSI for Ethereum here really quick, guys. On the monthly time frame, looks pretty good. It is pointed up here on the RSI. Coming out of the oversold territory on the Stochh, so that's actually looking pretty good on a month. Weekly, kind of a mixed signal. It is pointed up on the RSI here. Still in, you know, quite neutral territory. Has a long way it could go. But the Stochh is going sideways and probably about to come down here because it is overbought. Now, the daily time frame, yeah, it's just getting to the overbought region here, and the RSI is coming down though, so kind of mixed signal on a daily time frame. 4-hour time frame oversold, so this is actually okay. I think it's about to turn back up. Also, the RSI is starting maybe to turn up a little bit, so that's actually okay. 1 hour, kind of similar, except the RSI is turned down here, but I think it would probably turn back up here soon if I have to guess. Now, 15-minute time frame, coming down on both the RSI and the Stochh. So we do have a lot of mixed signals here, but you know, the 15-minute time frame I can say is just not that reliable, guys. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, a little bit more reliable than 15 minutes. So I'm going to say in the short term we're going to pump a little bit. Maybe in the midterm, you know, having a little bit of a cool off, and then, you know, probably pumping more for the long term, guys. Of course. So yeah, I do think Ethereum has a better future than it's had lately. So let's see if it can hold up, guys. And yeah, I think it all depends on PPI today. Now, as to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, guys, you can see that basically we're holding on to this resistance line that we had basically from 13th of May up until about the 10th of June, guys. So about a month. We are retesting that line. We have come down. We have touched it today. We didn't touch it yesterday. We did retest it on the 10th, but we did come down today to retest again. And I do believe we're going to get that bounce. We're still sitting at 1.2 trillion, guys. Much better than we were, for example, a month and a half ago. So I don't think it's time to panic, guys. Now, let's take a look at the dominance. Dominance had a little bit of a bullish candle yesterday. If you're an altcoin holder, it's definitely not bullish. But today we are seeing a little bit of a red candle. But we are still under the 64.33 line here, which I think is a very vital point to be under. Now, We do need to look at the dominance, USDT dominance, I should say, and we do need to see this come down because basically people need to be spending their USDT. They need to be buying altcoins or you know, some form of crypto, Bitcoin even. It doesn't really matter. They need to put it into crypto. So right now we're sitting at 4.66% USDT dominance. And the more this goes down, the higher the prices we're going to see. Now, the dollar index is actually collapsing, so I don't think it's going to follow this W pattern. So I do believe we can get rid of this. That is pretty much over with this breakdown. So yeah, it is actually collapsing quite a bit at 97.96, and it's under the 98.21 support here. So this is actually the lowest it's been in quite a while, guys. Actually, the 21st of April, that week, because this is the weekly time frame, it did hit this, but it had a little bit of a bullish candle. I don't think it's going to get this, you know, bullish candle like it did then. I do believe this is going to break down even further. Now, altcoin season index is still at a 20. I did refresh this right before the video, guys, and yeah, still the same. Now, if we look at the liquidation heat map, it is only 327 million wrecked. Now, you know, 100, 200 million, I should probably say only, but this is slightly elevated, but still not too bad. Now, fear and greed, 71 today, yesterday 72, so we did cool off a little bit, you know, because the market did come down. So I would have expected to come down a little bit more though, but let's see what happens today. Now, the bull market peak indicator, sell at the top, still 0 from 30, 100% hold, guys. The Pi cycle top indicator, you know, again, it looks like the orange line is coming up, but this green line wants to avoid it. So, you know, let's see. It's still going to take some time, guys. This will take several months probably before it crosses. Now, looking at FedWatch tools, guys, the strange thing is it's 0.2% now for arrays. Yesterday it was 0.1, and this kind of keeps flip-flopping. So, but now we're starting to see a little bit more percentage over here. But I highly doubt we're going to get a raise, guys. The true inflation is showing 1.91% inflation. So the Fed is pushing for 2%, so we're well under that. And there would be no reason for them to raise the rates. So crypto bubbles, not so good today, guys. Red pretty much across the board. I only see about 5, well, maybe about 10 greens here, honestly. But yeah, this is the top 100 coins, guys. Now, if you want to stake your Bitcoin or Ethereum, guys, go to Coinondo. Check out this website. For Bitcoin, there's 60 deals found. And be careful, you have to lock up your coins for a certain amount of time. There are limits and things, for example. So check it out before you send it. I have found this has been wrong sometimes. And anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out these deals, guys, that I have in the descriptions below. I do have deals with Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Blowfin, Bitunix, Bitrue, WeX or Weeks, as if you want to call it that, BTSE, BTC now, so double C. Also, I just got a partnership with them yesterday, guys, and I do have Moodix link down here. So I have a lot of exchanges that I'm working with, guys. If you use my links, of course, I get a little bit of commission. It helps me, you know, keep me motivated, keep this channel open, guys, and I keep making videos for you. So anyways, like I said, thank you all for your support, and guys, I'll see you in the next one.